So for week 5, we went through and did an evaluation of the difference between Zappos and Amazon. Going through, we had to answer and look at the different social media channels, mostly Facebook, Instagram, and then also Twitter. Um, One of the things that kind of really struck me is we watched the videos first, obviously, on uh, on Zappos and then also on Amazon, and that Amazon actually owns Zappos now. Zappos started in '99. Amazon started in there, I believe, '97. Company man had stated, or might have been '95, and then didn't really have much uh, going through '97 when they started to really pick up steam. But either way, Zappos, when in 2009, was bought by Amazon. But they've really been able to kind of stay fairly independent from Amazon. Of course, they use similar techniques and have the different kind of uh, they have a different kind of customer base as well. But one of the things that I really found interesting about um, Zappos was kind of how far ahead they were of Amazon when posting all of their social media. Um, I was looking, Zappos joined Twitter in 2007. They joined Facebook in, uh, let's see here. Oh, you know what? I actually didn't find out when Zappos joined Facebook. It was probably somewhere around the same time. But, you know, Amazon joined over a year later. Amazon joined Facebook even in 2008 as well, and uh, they didn't join Twitter until 2009. One of the things that when I was looking through is that um, with Zappos and Amazon, they have reasonably similar follower accounts on Twitter. Zappos at 2.52 million, Amazon at 2.97 million, which, I mean, that's a lot of people, but that's reasonably similar. Then I went to Facebook and I looked, and it's completely different. Amazon has way more people following. There's 29.2 million people following their Facebook and liking their Facebook versus Zappos, which, I mean, is still a considerable amount, but only 2.4 million, so like less than 10 times as many. One of the things that I really found interesting was that Amazon was liked by 121 of my friends on Facebook, whereas Zappos was liked by like 8 of them. I like Amazon on Facebook, but I don't like Zappos. I've never actually shopped with Zappos, and I'm an Amazon Prime member. So, one of the things that looking at Instagram, Amazon has way less posts on Instagram than Zappos does. And they have, you know, 1.7 million followers on Instagram, whereas with Zappos, they have kind of a lot less followers on Instagram, 291,000 followers, but they have close to 1,000 more posts on Instagram. So going through, I think that even though Amazon owns Zappos and might have, you know, that controlling stake, Zappos has seemingly been able to be retained as its own company and functions very independently from Amazon. Maybe they use back end services that are the same, but I think ultimately, um, while they might be under the same umbrella, they're still separate companies. Um, One of the things Amazon sells, like everything. Of course, they start out with books and things like that, but that it really shows on their Instagram page. They have posts for kind of everything under the sun, and then Zappos is shoe centric. Go figure. One of the things that I did notice was that on Facebook, Amazon actually went live on Facebook recently. That was one of the topics for our discussions. Um, that they actually went live. It was on Friday of this past week. and which that was something I actually found really interesting, was watching these companies use the different features, and they're not only posting pictures and not only posting video, they're doing a lot of kind of different things. Um, One of the things that I also found really interesting was I looked at Facebook, and Facebook will show you how many people are managing the services and accounts. Um, when I looked at Amazon, they had, of course, the bulk of their people were in the U.S., but they had like 121 people. Let me just make sure here. Nope, that was the amount of friends I have. Facebook only has 118 people managing their Facebook page. And when going through here, I found that, you know, Zappos has a lot less people managing their Facebook. They only have 87 people, so a lot less. Um, but when they're actually mostly in the U.S., there's a one in Puerto Rico, which is the U.S., and one in Singapore, and but really almost all in the U.S. One of the things that I found interesting was how engaged they were on Facebook. With Zappos, they were posting, and a lot of people were posting. And the reason I could tell a lot of people were posting on the Zappos account was that they were all using their initials at the end of their posts to interact with people, but then so that they could have that kind of personal touch. So, yeah, just going through, I found it was really interesting how different the companies are, despite being under the same umbrella, I guess, the same ownership, just like Facebook and Instagram, very different companies, and are, under that same umbrella. Facebook owns Instagram, so um, that's kind of another thing I just found really interesting about doing these audits and seeing exactly how the companies differed and really had a lot of similarities.